In this experiment we're going to calculate the velocity of a rifle shell using what is called a ballistic balance. Here a rifle shoots a projectile at a suspended block of wood. The projectile buries itself in the wood inelastically and transfers its energy to the block. Some of the energy is used up as noise, heat, and the effort to burrow into the wood. The block will move sideways and upwards, converting its kinetic energy into potential energy. The height that the block rises indicates the amount of potential energy that the block and projectile combination gain. This can be equated to the kinetic energy of the block and projectile combination at the point when the projectile buries itself in the wood and the two start moving. This allows us to calculate the momentum of the block and projectile at this time, which due to the law of conservation of momentum must be equal to the momentum of the projectile before it strikes the block, and this will allow us to calculate the velocity of the round. You can fire the rifle using the spacebar like this, and you can see that the block will move. You can fire multiple times. Now you're probably going to need to be very careful to align yourself where you can see the scale on the block. You can stop the block by clicking on it. This just speeds things up a bit for you, so try and get it in mid position and then click on it, stop. Get into a position where you can see the pointer really well. Now be aware that as you shoot at the block will get heavier due to the shell. So you want to look at this, fire at the block, and remember to keep account of how many shells are in it. And make your observation. That looked like it was about 27.2. Best you can. Do that several times so that you get a good reading. Basically, you're calculating the height rise of this just using some simple geometry. If you know its horizontal movement and you know the length of the swing arms, you can calculate the height raised, and it's this geometry that will enable you to equate the potential energy that the block and shell combinations gain, and then you can equate that to the kinetic energy of the block and projectile at the point when the projectile hits the block and the two start moving. And then it's a question of using the conservation of momentum, which will allow you to calculate the velocity of the shell as shown in the notes. Okay?